Imagine being a very empowered person, a young person who feels empowered or coming into their own in terms of feeling like, I have a voice, I can exert my voice and, use my power. And then suddenly you're being sat down and told, but not like that.
No family should have to endure this pain and suffering.
Tamir was a KID. He got murdered by the PID. He had a TOY.
What is your biggest fear when it comes to the police?
You guys. That's my biggest fear.
Your hands up right there, right? Right back to me. Just keep on coming back, man.
So the conversations that I've had around fears is, what does this mean in terms of my livelihood, my ability to live, to walk, to enjoy life, to breathe?
It's heart-wrenching to think about that you could love something so much and because of somebody else's fear, they'd be gone. Because I know how good you are, I know how sweet you guys are, but that when you're walking down the street, they don't see that. They just see another target.
Listen, you have to understand our position as well. We have to
Yeah,
investigate.
but when a mother come and just say, just show me.
But the way you were acting, I couldn't.
I can't help it. That's my baby.
Because we've had the talk or several talks, we believe we're armed. And being armed means that we're good. And that fear is not a component to this process, right? Because fear makes you vulnerable, and vulnerability, you can get hurt that way. But I think one of the places that we do have to get to is that we're afraid, that people do have fear, and it's understandable.
I think it's ironic that when officers actually come to the scene, I get more nervous because I think they see us more as like predators or more aggressive. That's what we've been portrayed through media.
We don't know who you are. I don't know that you graduated and you got several scholarships and that you have a good job. I mean, I don't know. It's not like I have a X-ray vision that says, oh, this is who's in this car.
Part of the talk should be talking about anxiety. Anxiety that is going to happen when you're stopped by the police. The anxiety that occurs because you know you didn't do anything wrong, but you're fearful.
My biggest fear when it comes to dealing with the police is that, depending on the situation, I may not be able to maintain my composure. So I constantly focus on that if and when I'm approached or accosted.
The conversation should be alerting and preparing your loved one to stay composed during their encounter. Do not let your emotions get the best of you.
Get over here! There's a kid!
Stop resisting, get out! Stop resisting, get out!
You want to be able to respect a police officer. I don't believe in them, you saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. We're not on the plantation anymore. But if they're using excessive force, you should not resist arrest. I always tell individuals, you don't resist so you can live another day.
A lot of officers patrol areas that they never grew up in. So they're going to treat us based off of how we've been portrayed through media. They see us as violent, that's how they're going to go about it. So they don't really understand where we're coming from. And they're in a location where they're already nervous and they're going to react a certain way.
And the first thing you need to realize is that even if it's a confrontational situation, that you, as a civilian and a young black man, you'll never win the fight.
I don't really get a sense of safety, nor do I get a sense of fear from them. I just have neutral emotions for them because I know I'm not that type of person where I'm going to be causing issues in society where people need to attack me or try to get me under control.
What do you mean when you say that you're not really the type of person that interacts the way? Go ahead.
I meant I'm not the type of person that will put myself into positions where I'm probably causing trouble in my community or probably bringing trouble upon myself. And because of that, they have really no sort of reason to approach me.
I don't foresee it happening because, again, you are that gentleman who pretty much stays to himself, but the narrative is young black male. You fit that narrative perfectly.
It's the conflict of wanting to just have joy, but then also having to deal with this constant fear on your way to that place, right? So like, how do I reconcile that?
We're many years from Alabama and race riots and protests and civil rights walks and having dogs released on you. However, in this day and age, although someone has not been in that environment, that feeling is still the same when the police officer is asking you to come here, whether it's an undercover police officer or whether it's a police officer in a car traveling behind you.
Well, I actually have two fears when it comes to police. One is, well, honestly, yeah, one is death, but also like just being like arrested and being like in public where people are looking at me and like I'm kind of setting a bad example for the rest of the Black community.
If you can prepare someone to say, this is how you will feel. I would guarantee you will feel this way. You will feel angry. You will feel anxiety. However, you could only control your actions.
Always come across respectfully. Regardless of how they're presenting themselves, you need to maintain a certain composure so that it doesn't escalate to a confrontational situation. And if they've done you wrong, we'll fight that battle another time. But in the meantime, I need you to come home safe.